I've made this link tree so it's easier for you guys to get into contact with me. If you want to find out more about the course, it's over on my Buy Me a Beer. If you want to simply get into contact with me, it's over on my crypto Twitter or my crypto Instagram. Hey everyone, it's Louis here. I'm back with another Hbar update on the weekly time frame. We go through these updates absolutely every single weekday. So thank you for tuning into this. Make sure you do subscribe if you're not already. And of course, bump that algorithm with likes, comments, and sharing the video if you can for this trashy algorithm. Now, with Hbar, I've said this multiple times, but if you're new here, this was a resistance that should have been held over here, and this should have been our bottom, because if we're looking at Elliott wave theory, if this is our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 is not meant to overlap wave 1. Can we see the highest body candle closes? I'm not caring about the wicks, just the bodies. And we can see that we have bodies going under, overlapping. So in actual fact, what Elliott wave would say is that this invalidates any future fifth wave going up, breaking this high and heading much higher. Now, this is why I don't personally follow along with Elliott wave. I haven't done in my 4.5 years of trading, and I've been doing just fine without it, as you guys have been following on the channel. Have you ever heard of me talking about it? No, but we're still able to predict price levels, price targets, and so on and so forth, and identify the candlestick patterns and the chart patterns. But yeah, continuing on with this, we need to have a bias when certain things are happening, but always preparing for both directions. So we would prepare so for example, right now, if we get rid of all these candles and we're down here, what I would say is now price has lost this 5 to 6 month support. If we ever do come up, it should just be as resistance to continue lower and lower and lower. Since we made lower lows, we should expect lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, downtrend continuation. Okay, until the invalidation point. The invalidation point would be a reclaim of 5.4 cent, because that's the lowest wick over there. And then we wait. Okay, it's continuing down, then it's coming back up for a retest of here, and then boom, did not care, just pumped through. And then let's just play these candles out. So it comes back down, and then it just seems as if, look, you're just coming back down to retest the level that you just reclaimed. Do you understand that? Hope you are. If not, of course, I do teach this in the course, in the mentorship. I've got one mentorship slot. You get 10 hours of one-to-one help with me. You get the 6-hour 30+ video course pre-recorded for you guys to do in your own time. You have that for life. And then you also got the Discord community with over 70+ people helping each other out daily in there, calling breakouts and all of this, and personal trade ideas. Like if students have trade ideas, they'll post it in the chat. Everyone has the same information, so we're all going off the same thing, which is everything that I know. So going off of what I'm seeing over here, to me it looks like, and I'm going to have this bias at the moment because again we invalidated further downside. So for that reason, I'm going to be bullish now that we're making new highs higher than this range high that was set in August last year, and we broke out and made a new high in February this year. So many months, well over 6 months had passed, and then we made a new higher high. So I know it seems, damn it, we've been thrown back in. We've had a fake out where we went higher, and now we're not holding this resistance, now support. In my opinion, this does not matter. I've shown you guys on the Bitcoin chart back in January last year when 39k was lost. I did not care. I pressed the sell button, and I told everyone in my group chat, I'm pressing the sell button at 39k, guys, now that we lost this. There was a higher low in September. I just need to show you very briefly. So over here, boom, let me just draw this line on the actual point. There you go, the higher low from September 2021. And on that exact candle, I told everyone, even on the YouTube, I'm selling my crypto. I don't care if we go up above this. So that would be the same point as Hbar right now. It doesn't matter. It's a great that we broke out, changing the trend, but it doesn't matter that we actually came back underneath, because as we saw with Bitcoin, it eventually did continue lower, and in this case that would mean Hbar would continue higher, because now it's just about holding this area, and we're seeing multiple wick rejections on the weekly time frame holding this area as support. There is a level of demand here because we're showing these wicks are signs of weakness in a certain direction. Now of course you can then throw a wick down and then the next candle throw a wick up, and it's showing signs of weakness to the upside. However, what I must say is, as long as we are maintaining this level, I'm going to believe in the pump, because we lost it, which means it's bearish. Then we reclaimed it, which means it's bullish. And at the moment, we're getting demand wicks from here, showing that there is some sort of support. There is some sort of demand in this zone for Hbar in between 5 and 6 cents. This is the key level, and it's simply because it was once our resistance. So the fact that we lost it as support, it should act like this, and we should return back down to here at about 3 cents. But before even managing to do so, we bounced off this, you can even say, small double bottom neckline over here. One bottom neckline, second bottom breakout, and we returned to that neckline for a retest just to continue higher and higher. You can even say maybe because, well, we actually did retest it with that wick, but yeah, that's one argument why, because it didn't have a proper retest. But I've seen multiple times it doesn't have to always return because of that exact reason. So don't always wait out for that exact reason. But now let's scale into the daily time frame. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Please stay tuned because I have some bullish targets to show you for the mid to long term for Hbar. I believe that we have now already started the journey to these specific targets, and I've already mentioned them in the past. So we will go through them and we'll check how much percentage gains we will be able to get if this breakout is now valid and we're on our way to the magnet. And I'll show you where that magnet is. So after this huge wave, we're pulling back. I've been drawing these trend lines. I've been editing them because there's always people complaining. So I'm always going to be editing them now. So at first we were doing it to the bodies like this, and it looked like we broke out, but you're always going to get those people saying, but it's not on the wicks. So then we had our trend line somewhat like this along these wicks or something like that, but then you're going to get, but what about that wick? So for all those haters over there, I'm going to put it on the furthest out wicks possible for the haters. So there, and there, and we can see that actually now we are breaking out. If you remember in the last few updates, I said we want to hold this gold area and not lose this low for the people that are in buys. Remember, stop losses should be underneath this for potential breakout. Again, if you hit this stop loss, it means that we're not going to be breaking out because the stop loss is below this low. And if we want to start this breakout, this uptrending breakout, we need to hold this low. So if we don't hold this low, we're not going to get that uptrending breakout. Do you understand? So this is where if we lose this, it will hit stop loss, and then you could potentially look to enter shorts. Doesn't mean just instantly automatically enter it, because you can get those times where we're just coming down, find that liquidity, hit your stop loss, grab that liquidity, and now we're off in the actual direction it wanted to go originally, which you were right in thinking, but maybe you just entered too early. This is something that we need to keep in mind. A lot of the time, your stop losses is actually their entries, because they're coming for your stop loss to grab your money, and it's not just you, it's multiple people, and grab your money and then F off in the general direction. And you were right in the direction, it's just they came for your stop loss first because they needed your money to push it up, basically. So this is why we set our stops tight on the invalidation points of the trades, and losing this low, again, we need to see consistency. We need to see a break of the low but holding below it, not like what happened over here where we lost the low but reclaimed it. We would need to reject this area to continue lower and lower. So the same thing over here. If we lose this low, it needs to hold it as resistance and not reclaim it like this. You can't do something like this. We don't basically if you're going to enter shorts, you can't enter too early. So you'd want this to have a clear break of structure. Even if we come back up, we just need to be resistance and then continue lower, or we can just bounce off this resistance over here for lower price targets. But just sit on your hands. Let's just wait to actually see it. It's better to react rather than try and predict what's going to go on. We can be prepared for both ways. We can have a bias for certain reasons, and then once those reasonings are lost, then we have to flip bias. It's as simple as that. That's what you do as a trader. I'm not just going to be sitting here and say, oh yeah, it's only bear market, we're only going down. This is the invalidation point of the bears, and that was this 5-month, 6-month support that we found ourselves trapped under after losing it. So we're holding it as support, looking for breakouts to the upside. We lost it, so now it should be resistance. It didn't listen, so it stopped listening to the bear market, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. This is what needs to happen when you flip markets. And remember, we were in a bull market once, and then it just kept on going up, and then one dip became the bear market. It stopped listening to what it should have. Now in this bear market, we've been going down for many years, and okay, for it to go into a bull market, it needs to stop doing what it should. And that is what we've seen over here the very first time, where we broke the low that was sitting for 5-6 months, and we actually just reclaimed it like it was nothing, when in actual fact we should have had the biggest of rejections from here, and a mass murder of price going down back to 3 cent, 2 cent and whatnot. But we didn't get that whatsoever. It reclaimed it. These are such bullish things. So I'm now going to scale out to the weekly time frame and show you where this is heading, as long as this key area of 5 cent to 5 to 6 cent does hold. And we're going to be coming towards 14.5 cent to 20 cent. Now this would be a price target of 140 to 230%. This is of course going to be the title and thumbnail pretty much. And as long as this is holding, this is the path. If this is lost, this is no longer the path. Do you understand that, guys? And I will flip flop very quickly when I'm shown invalidation, because that's all trading is about. This is the path until it's invalidated. If it's not invalidated, this is the path. So this is my expectation to come up to here, unless we lose this green box, flip it into resistance and continue lower back down to 3 cent. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do have a course to help you. I have a mentorship plan to help you. So private message me. There's only 1 slot left on my mentorship plan, but there's an unlimited amount of courses. Again, I'm doing a discount on them. They were 150. It's now down to £90. Message me on my Twitter and Instagram to get this discount that is only lasting until the end of the first week of April. Thank you guys. There's a link tree in the comment section or the description down below, or even in the top right corner. You can just click it over here somewhere, and it can take you to my crypto Twitter, Instagram, where you can private message me. If you want to actually just take action on the course or the mentorship without talking to me, head over to my Buy Me a Bit. Now, bring up a page looking like this. You can even get 1 single mentorship session anyway, but all the details that you need here, you get 10 sessions, and here you get 30 plus videos, 6-hour course, and yeah, all the information you need is over here.